Alright guys, I'm going to do a problem from chapter 18. It's a production cost report, and what makes this one different is it has a spoilage element to it. So it's very similar to previous weighted average problems, except we're going to have to add a couple lines for spoilage. But because it's weighted average, it's not that complicated to solve. So I won't bother reading the problem. If you want, you can flip to your book on page um, I believe it's page 741, problem 1821, and I'll just start filling that out here. Beginning work in process inventory 1350. We worked this problem in class, by the way, so it's in your notes, but I like to record them. That way they're easy to review for future reference, just in case something like this is on the final. So started in production, it doesn't give us that number. So we'll have to move down here to this to the units to account for. We know good units completed and transferred out 8,880 or 8,800. Normal spoilage was 80, and notice these two lines are added. That's the only difference between a regular weighted average problem. Weighted average production cost report and a weighted average production cost report with spoilage. Just these two lines are added here, and these two lines are added here. So 8,800 plus 80, abnormal spoilage 50, and then ending inventory 1,700. We know all those numbers added up have to equal this. So this is 10,630, and this must equal this minus this. Okay, so that's 9,280. Okay, and we compute these equivalent units the same way we did for weighted average previously. Remember this formula that I used in previous videos. We're not going to worry about this number up here because we have a weighted average problem, so we're just going to use these two numbers here. So let's go ahead and put in the percentages. Percentage of completion for the work in process. Oh, I forgot to put the, this is physical flow. This is direct materials. And this is conversion. And we'll put the percentages here, 100% here, and then 45% complete for conversion. And then just as we did in previous problems, we'll put the percentage of completion for the work in process down at the bottom, and that's 100% and 35%. Okay, now to calculate the equivalent units, we're going to disregard this formula right here. We're not going to use any of these up top up here. We're just going to use the middle number. So we'll just carry these over. 8,800, 8,080, 8,080, 80, 50, 50. Now we come down to the bottom portion, the ending work in process. That's the bottom number here. So that equals to the number multiplied times the percentage. This equals the number multiplied times the percentage. Okay. Auto sum there. Auto sum there. And this, I forgot to put this. Okay. Now, the costs here. Cost to account for. We do that the same way that we did in previous problems, previous weighted average problems. We take 966 for the work in process, and then 711. Okay. And then we take 10,302 and 30,055. Okay. Okay. Now we divide by total EUP, and this equals to this. This equals to this. Cost EUP equals the cost divided by EUP. This equals cost divided by EUP. Okay. Now all we have to do is take the cost per EUP, multiply it times the EUP to get the numbers for each one of these. So that's cost per EUP multiplied times completed and transferred out. Cost per EUP multiplied times normal spoilage. Cost per EUP multiplied times abnormal spoilage. And then cost per EUP multiplied times ending work in process. Okay, do the same thing here. That cost per EUP. Oh, wait. This equals this divided by this. Okay. And this equals cost per EUP multiplied times completed and transferred out. This equals cost per EUP multiplied times normal spoilage. This is cost per EUP multiplied times abnormal spoilage, and this equals cost per EUP multiplied times ending work in process. This is auto sum. Okay, and this number equals this number, this number equals this number, this number equals this number, and those are what we got for the answers in class. So weighted average with spoilage is pretty simple. All you have to do is add in these two lines here, these two lines here, and you calculate them the same way you did for EUP. You just omit this top number. We'll use that when we do a FIFO problem. And so for my next video, I'll solve the same problem with the same data, except we'll use the FIFO method with spoilage. So I hope this helps on your test, and good luck.